My name is Robert Bruce, and this is another astralbob.com video. And today's subject is common out-of-body experience symptoms, common astral projection symptoms, and a little bit of their history. And today's video is in support of the Astral Projection Mastery course, which we'll be releasing in about a month. Now, astral projection, out-of-body experience, call it what you like, goes by various names, has some common typical symptoms which are very commonly experienced in childhood, even early childhood. I mean, I started projecting out of my body before the age of 4, so started very, very early. And fortunately my parents were very tolerant and open-minded, so I didn't pick up any negative programming there, because this can happen if as a child you tell your parents what's happening, some weird symptoms, and they start to worry, or they might give you some religious baggage or opinion about it without really knowing what it is. And if it continues, they may even get really worried and think it's some kind of demonic attack or something. Regardless of that, even if they have no religious baggage, it can be just because it's different, it's weird, it's it's all in your mind. Stop talking about it, so you don't get much support there. But that is better than nothing, I suppose. Now, the typical symptoms for astral projection are a continual falling sensation. This is a very visual sensation. It's like the feeling you get when you jump off a diving board, or when an elevator starts going down. You get this falling, free fall sensation. Your stomach turns a little bit. Now, with astral projection, this can be quite strong, and it can continue, a continual falling sensation. So it's like, I suppose it's like jumping out of an aeroplane and free falling. So it's probably the nearest you'll get to that. Now, most people experience this symptom just before they go to sleep, and this is in fact why they call it falling asleep, because it's a part of the falling asleep process. There's a slight falling sensation, and you don't usually remember the moment when you fall asleep, but there was a little falling sensation as you shift into that state. And if you want to experience that for a bit longer, hold your hands above the bed, elbows resting on the bed, and just hold your hands up while you're laying on your back, while you are falling asleep. And as you start falling asleep, your hands will drop, and that movement will jerk you awake a little bit, and that may happen many times. And you'll experience quite a deep altered state, a trance state is what it's another name for it, which is related to falling asleep. And you'll feel that jerking, falling sensation inside of you until you give up and actually fall asleep. So that's one to keep in mind, because that's a definite giveaway. And if you've ever been overtired, you'll find it's quite common. When you're trying to get to sleep when you're overtired, it's quite difficult, because your body may be really tired, but your mind is kind of running on adrenaline, and it's difficult to break that state and fall asleep. And you will find often that you'll experience a brief, sudden falling sensation to the point where you'll feel you're actually falling, and you'll catch the side of the bed. And you may do that many times in a single session. You start falling asleep and whoa, catch the side of the bed. And what's happening there is you are projecting out of your body. Your astral body is projecting out slightly. It's just starting to come out. And the falling sensation, which normally goes unnoticed because you normally fall asleep by the time this happens, is of course you're awake, so you notice it. And because it is so strong, the reflex action is to catch the sides of the bed, because you feel like you're really falling through the bed or something. So that's just about everybody will have experienced that, catching the sides of the bed symptom, which relates to astral projection. Another clear symptom is a rapid heartbeat-like sensation. Now this is the heart energy center, the heart chakra, which during a real-time out-of-body exit, you could say provides all the energy, and it pumps all the energy into your projected double, into your astral body. It creates it and maintains it. Now, while you're still aware in your physical body, this can feel exactly like your heart is beating at 500 beats a minute, and I mean 500 beats a minute. It's like it's beating impossibly fast, and you can feel it like vibrating the bones in your chest. I mean, it feels just like the real heart is pounding away incredibly fast, and it feels life-threatening. It feels like, oh my God, I'm having a heart attack. But when you have this sensation, you have to have a little bit of faith. You know, you have the knowledge that this is your heart chakra sensation. And no matter how I explain it and how much I lay this on, you won't really understand this, how much it is like a racing physical heartbeat, until you actually experience it. It is quite visceral. Now, this is particularly strong in early conscious OBE exits. Now, in subsequent projection exits, you'll find this progressively eases and becomes more of a flutter and less visceral. It's always there, but it will reduce a fair bit, so it's more tolerable. So keep that in mind when it happens, and don't break your concentration. Don't get afraid. Just continue with your purpose to get out of body. The next major symptom is a vibration in the body, and this is generally a whole physical body vibration. It's not a real physical vibration, just like the heart. Rapid heart rate is not a real physical heartbeat. And a lot of scientific tests have been done to try and detect that from people who frequently project, including, I think, Robert Monroe was tested for that, and there is no increase in the physical heart when you have an astral projection, none that can be detected. So even though you will swear on a stack of Bibles, this is my physical heart beating, it's not. Please trust me on that one. Now, the vibrations is just as real, the famous vibrations. Your whole physical body can feel like you are strapped to an industrial concrete vibrator, which is vibrating a large patch of concrete, and your whole body will buzz from head to foot. And it's a very physical vibration. You feel like a buzz, a buzzing all through your body. And you will swear that this is a physical vibration, but it is not physical. Again, it is it's an energy phenomena relating to the production of the projected astral double as it comes out of your body, and it's a very good sign. It's another one you have to ignore. Just note it and go on. So now you've got a falling sensation, you've got a very rapid heart rate sensation, and you've got a whole body vibration. Now, those are the major sensations you'll get. Now, 90% of people will get these quite mildly when they have an out-of-body experience, nothing to really be scared of. It'll be like concerning, wow, these are new sensations, they're quite strong, but not frightening. Now, about 10% of people will get very, very strong exit sensations, to the point where you will, like I did when I first taught myself to consciously induce astral projection around the age of 20, I thought I was actually dying. My heart's going 500 beats a minute, like it's going to explode my chest. I'm vibrating like mad from my entire body, very, very strongly, and I've got this continual falling sensation. I'm also hearing noises, seeing lights and things happening around me, and I think I'm dying. Now, I'd read about these sensations, so part of me was saying, fingers crossed, this is what I've read about, and I went through it. And these sensations stop the instant you get out of body. Now, again, more than 90% of people will not get these. It's less than 1 in 10 people will get these quite strongly in the early exits. Even lower again will get really, really strong sensations. But it's better that I warn you beforehand, just in case you get them, rather than to play them down and say, oh, you probably won't get them, because you need to understand. Now, I've been teaching astral projection for a long time now, 20 odd years, and no matter how much I lay it on, people still come back to me and say, wow, I mean, you said they were strong, but you never said they were this strong. That was major. You know, you just can't describe how strong these can be. So be prepared for an onslaught, you know, of sensations, just in case you get them. I mean, most people, 90-95% of people will get a bit of a falling sensation, a whole body buzzing, and a rapid fluttering in the chest, like a buzzing almost, but different to the vibrations, and they'll just buzz out of their body, and that's it. Or they'll experience a brow centre exit where they'll feel a rapid sense of acceleration, and you know, then they may find themselves going down a tunnel or tube-like effect directly into the astral planes. Now, some people get that, particularly if you get strong brow centre activity, which is like a tickling or a tingling or a throbbing in the middle of the brow, or in the top of the head is another, middle of the top of the head, that's another common indicator that you have this type of exit. And a small percentage of people will just slip out of their body and feel virtually nothing. You feel the separation happening. It's very visceral, but you just slip out of your body with, you know, barely any sensation, if any. My mother was like that. My mother astral projected a fair bit, and she never felt any sensations. And other side sensations, I should say, experiences you can have with the astral projection exit involves seeing things in the room. You might see lights, you might see faces, figures, all kinds of things. You may see the room itself through your closed eyelids. You may even see yourself standing in the room opposite you, and you think, what's this? That's scary. I mean, how scary are you? But it is scary seeing yourself. And if you see yourself in the room, be assured that you have already made the exit out of the body, and you are awake in your physical body mind while you are also out of your body. So if you see this, you see yourself out of your body, try and send a telepathic message to yourself saying, jump back in, passionately shouting your success, make a strong memory and deliberate re-entry, so that we can remember this together, because the mind split effect is you can be in more than one place. You can be awake and conscious in your physical body, albeit paralysed and in an altered state of consciousness, and you can also be awake and thinking and active in your astral body. Your dream mind can become active at the same time. You could have a lucid dream at the same time. And each one of you, your physical body mind, your astral body mind, and your lucid dream body mind, each of them simultaneously can stand there and say, I think, therefore I am. But rest assured there can be more than one. And this is fundamental to all out-of-body experience of any kind, is the mind split effect. Other symptoms you can get relating to this, as I said, astral noises. You may hear strange sounds, sometimes very loud, even disturbing sounds. You may hear voices talking, people you know, quite loudly. You may hear them talking about you. You may hear strangers having a discussion, talking about you by name. You may hear a lawnmower or a chainsaw start up in your bedroom, as loud as a real one. You may hear a train going past at high speed, 6 inches from your head. It is that loud. Maybe 12 inches, but extraordinarily loud, rushing by. You may think the local shire has gone mad and has decided to jackhammer holes in your walls, because you hear a jackhammer. You will hear the dragging of chains. You may even hear the classic moaning of lost souls. Classic, can they think of something original? But anything you hear while you're in the process or approaching an astral projection exit must be ignored. Anything at all. You could hear somebody you know that's asleep in the house with you, pounding on the door, demanding you come to the door because there's someone to see you or there's an emergency. Don't fall for it. Don't believe it. Continue with your exit, and when you get out of body, you can go and check for yourself in your astral body and dive back in a split second if there is anything, which there won't be. There never is. So to recap that, you have the typical sensations are the symptoms of astral projection are the rapid heartbeat sensation, and it's very, very fast, the whole body vibrations, and a continual falling sensation in any combination, plus some related phenomena which go with that. And try this yourself. I mean, hold your hands above the bed, elbows resting on it, hold them vertical while you're falling asleep. And as you're falling asleep, they'll drop. And use a bit of willpower and keep doing it. As they drop, put them back up and keep going. And you will experience that borderline state between awaking and sleeping, which is what you aim for. If you're training to induce an astral projection, you are aiming to hover right on that razor's edge between awake and asleep. That borderline state, that's what you're aiming for. That is the mind awake, body asleep state, because your physical body will go to sleep while your mind stays awake. And your physical body can go to sleep, and you can still move. Right? If you do it very, very slowly, you won't break the state. Your physical body's asleep, and you can still move, and even get up and move around a little bit, but very slowly. And it feels like you're walking on big fluffy pillows, and everything you move tingles madly because your physical body's asleep, but your mind still has control. And that state, I don't mean walking around, but you have to train yourself for that. That state, the mind awake, body asleep state, is what we aim for to induce an astral projection, because that is the perfect state to be in. Well, that's enough for today about the astral projection exit symptoms, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.